Anyway, let's actually get an RE9 because let's just do this. I want to see the trailer. Capcom. I mean, once again, with RE8, okay, I'm not gonna say I loved RE8. The part of RE8 I love the most I love about RE8 was when Chris came along for the actual when Chris and the Hound Wolf squad actually made their full appearance. Not when they're taking Ethan, not when they're moving Rose, none of that shit, not when they're meeting up with Ethan multiple times. I'm talking about when the Hound Wolf squad actually went into action. When Chris went full berserk mode at that point. I wanted, and I'm a little bit disappointed with RE9, the way I've heard, is that, yes, it's gonna be Leon, I get it. I wanted more of the Hound Wolf, because we know that Rosemary eventually, I mean, Rosemary's basically being raised by Chris at this point. Rosemary Winters. And studied, but also mainly raised by Chris. So I want to think she's wearing the Hound Wolf Squad jacket in her Shadow of Rose DLC. I wanted to know more about the Hound Wolf Squad, because it's just like, that's a cool concept, because Chris has basically gone rogue from the BSAA at this point. The BSAA's joined Blue Umbrella, Umbrella goes under, and Chris goes rogue on them. Essentially, like, he knows they're fucking around with what they shouldn't be fucking around with, and he's pissed. So that begs the question, is Jill part of the BSAA still? And is Sheva also part of the BSAA? Like, basically all of Chris's forward comrades. And that also begs the question, because Claire's very above the board too. Her, his own sister's above the board with how everything she operates, which is more like a humanitarian aid, right? Basically, Chris has gone off the wall, like, not really off the deep end, but he's gone rogue. So I want to see more of, like, the Hound Wolf Squad, because they are actual veterans that worked with Chris for the longest time in their story. And I just thought that would be cool to see more Black Ops Chris, like, less of Chris being a complete fuck up with what he's doing with Ethan, but like more of Black Ops, and not like Call of Duty Black Ops, but just him doing infiltration, doing more deep dive, more Redfield shit. But yeah, let's just watch the trailer for the RE9. I'm gonna see what's going on here. Oh, isn't the new girl Ravencroft? Is her name? Or no, it's Ashcroft. Ashcroft. The Fetty girl. It's just kind of cute.
Hello?
There's a stutter.
It hasn't been easy. But after much effort, here we finally are.
Who are you?
I'm trying to... I know that voice. Ravencroft, damn, why can't she be a Slytherin chick that I at least know how to expect she'll betray... At least I know to expect betrayal. How's Raccoon Cecil standing after the nuke? Charlotte Mal, depends on the ordnance size they use for Raccoon City. Like, I know they say ordnance, like, it was decimated, and that's also expecting that you're talking about Raccoon City, not the main, like, interstate of Raccoon City, but, like, there's parts of it outside of it, and also also question if the whole area, like, the whole blast radius, really wiped out everything, because this is, like, Raccoon City was not like Hiroshima or Nagasaki. It's also, like, it was a very modern United States city. Like, it could withstand... It was built during the Cold War, so it would be able to withstand, like, some nuclear, like, or even maybe some thermonuclear blasts. Like, some of the more outer radius buildings would be able to survive that.
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one.
Fat girl, want to take a puff of the Elder Blood? No, not the Elder Blood.
Ashcroft.
Ashcroft. He's a fucking creep. Okay.
Talk to me.
I'm gonna be autistic and gripe. I don't know. They're saying this in 2025. Because RE9 follows our timeline. Why the fuck are they still using 1980s police cruisers? if this is I get it, Raccoon City. It's supposed to be the rebuilt Raccoon City, the old Raccoon City. Why are they still using these police cruisers? Okay? At this point, like in 1999, these things would be starting to be phased out, but they're still being left in small cities. I get that. But it's 2025. These should be either Panther bodies if you want to use old police cruisers, but they should typically be just Ford Fusions or Ford Escapes typically nowadays.
This one like the others? And it's not post-mortem lividity.
Oh boy.
Hey, I just got a report of a missing
A
police
cab and BLM results in cutbacks to the police department. Fuck. Yeah, I forgot.
officer.
Honest to God, though, I prefer these over the Panther bodies. I do love these old shit boxes over the Panther bodies. I know they're Crown Vics. I know they're still like the pre-gen Crown Victorias, but I still love them more.
Might be unrelated, but he
Also, his
disappeared near where
uniform.
the fifth body
I have not seen a high top police uniform in so long.
was found.
Oh,
Through you, Elpis can finally be
Elpis.
set free.
She looks, and she's supposed to be a rookie too. Like, this is like
Set free.
okay, because I know Leon is in the trailer. This is basically, you gotta think about it this way too. I guess they're doing like a full circle of things. She's got the blonde hair. She's probably 21, 22. So the same age when Leon was a rookie. She's probably in apprenticeship training in the FBI as like, you know, still a trainee, but still underneath like apprenticeship for it. So she's basically like the like a recircle or like a, you know, a Norrisboro circle of what Leon was. So she's the new cycle after Leon.
Free.
The team
It's like, you can see right here too, they got some newer vehicles. And then they still got these old, like, 1980s Crown Vics still popping around.
has settled on a person of interest. Someone with ties to Umbrella.
WPD.
Victor Gideon.
Okay. She's really cute. I must say, I really like her. I really like her design.
Victor
Like an alcoholic stepfather.
purchased a building after Umbrella went under.
Right.
I'll send you the address.
It's an asylum, so that's great. Definitely it's creepy. Okay. There it is. We'll get to this complaint in just a second. But yeah, I want to take a look at this car here. It's fucking
Welcome.
Leon's car.
Dr. Gideon has been expecting you.
Of course he has. There he is.
You there?
There he is. Okay. I love old. Okay, they're doing. At this point, Leon is nearly 50 years old, canonically. He's lost most of the facial hair that he had in Death Island, which I still really like Death Island's design for Leon, but this 5 o'clock shadow he's got going on now, I like it. I love the fur-lined coat. I wear a lot of these aviator jackets too, not because of Leon, but because like they're very comfortable. I also wear the pop collar on them just because like old World War I aces used to do that to protect their necks, and I'm liking how they kind of popped his collar up a bit more. I like how he's got like the widow's, not really widow's peak. That's the wrong word. He's got the lines underneath the eyes, the widow lines, the crow feet underneath the eyes. I like how they're doing the old man Leon. And he still looks fresh and young, but like he's also middle aged. But the qualm I'm going to say is we're going to see it again. Is once again his car. I don't like the car.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are. This is what pisses me off from what I heard, because I saw
There, Leon?
the promotional advertisement.
Yeah.
It's a Porsche. It is confirmed, and it was a sponsorship by Porsche. They're in the they sponsored Capcom for this. It's a Porsche Cayenne GTS. So it's a luxury SUV he's driving around in, and he's part of the, remember, Leon's part of the United States federal government for investigation. He's not FBI. He's in a different unit, but he's in a different branch. But the thing is, I know sometimes the U.S. federal government will use non-American vehicles for their fleet vehicles. I know Leon's typically like technically the whipping boy or like the one that go and do all the work for them. The way he's treated, and he's kind of always begging for a vacation or just getting drunk inside a hotel room with Hunnigan crying at, like, screaming at him to get up. But I guess they're giving him, like, throwing him the bone with the cayenne. But like the thing is, if we're going by like just IRL like business, I don't think the cayenne is the best choice for Leon. Right? Go up ahead just a little bit. I want to pull it up here. Because
Yeah.
what he's using is the Cayenne GTS, which, okay, Porsche makes plenty of SUVs. I get it. Everyone, SUVs being the hot shit for the while. There's a myriad of reasons I'm not going to get autistically into. I don't like them personally. Now, Leon's working for a investigation unit, and he needs a vehicle with utility to carry people and to kind of go where he needs to go. Ideally, he's going to also be using an export vehicle because they want to make it look cool, and it's also Japanese, so they really want to get like cool name brands and cool, sponsorships and blah blah blah, financial shit. The Cayenne is not my first choice. Absolutely not, because Leon's an athletic guy. Leon has always been athletic, and I don't see the Cayenne really fitting who he actually is. Like, it doesn't really make sense to me personally. It just does not make sense. Once again, as I keep saying, he's athletic. The car he drives should fit him, like, should represent what he is. Now, you need the utility, of course, and he's getting an older man, so he probably needs more comfort. The Porsche Taycan, which is their wagon, liftback wagon, I would think he would be better off in having that. The thing is, the Cayenne is outselling the Taycan, and the Cayenne is which you're hearing when I'll play and roll back, you'll hear the roar of the engine. It's a 4-liter bi-turbo, so it's a twin turbo. It's a twin turbo, basically. It's a twin turbo V8. Like, what else do I want to say? It's a 4-liter twin turbo V8. It makes cool noises. The Taycan, unfortunately, is a all-electric vehicle. Now, it's blisteringly fast, as most all-electric vehicles are sold on, but their top speed is very limited because of the gear ratio. Now, of course, it's a Porsche, so it's going to have a much higher top speed than a typical one. You follow my drift. I just think Leon would be better off in something like a more like a sport wagon, okay, or a sport saloon. Now I'm going to be a bit autistic and play the home team for what I love. If we're going to go by exports and trade, it's not as cool as Porsche, and definitely wouldn't be the sponsorship they would want. I think Leon would personally be better off within. If you want to have cool noises, you would want to get a Volvo V90 Polestar T8. Okay, it makes more power than the Taycan GTS. Sorry, than the Cayenne GTS. It makes far more power than it. Because the Cayenne makes about 487 wheel horsepower. Brake horsepower. The V90 T8 Polestar makes 500 to the wheels. Okay, it's an all-wheel drive wagon that also has the paddle switches, which I know the Cayenne GTS has as well. The only thing that might lack in the department is that both its branding, being so large in the front, may also not be as cool because, a Volvo. Like, it says Volvo. People don't typically think Volvos for being cool. It's also the fact that the V90 T8 is not a 8-cylinder, it's a twin-charged 4-cylinder, meaning a supercharging and turbocharging. So, supercharger works at the low end, turbocharger works at the high end, there's a cutoff and switch over. How much do you bet that car will get destroyed? Well, apparently there was rumors, and I'm going to take it with a grain of salt, where you do drive, like, Leon does some driving, in kind of like a guided rail system or something of the like. Not really open world. I don't buy any of that shit. It's going to probably be some sort of like rail system they're going to have the player operate the car on. Because if Porsche's putting so much money into the advertising, they're going to fucking do it. But as I was saying, though, my problem is I would think a V90 T8 would be a better option, though. While it's a 4-cylinder, while it is twin charged, it has at the lower RPMs. It's got the whine of a supercharger. Higher end turbocharger would be the much louder, like more like air breathing. And a bit more louder, but it's not. But it's still a 4-cylinder. It's a hybrid 4-cylinder. So honest to God, I feel like Capcom. I get it. They're taking Porsche money. Like they're taking money from Porsche. I get it. It's cool. Brand name. People like Porsches. Blah blah blah. It's luxury. It's a luxury sports car name. I personally think that if they gave Leon like a saloon, or a mid-sized sedan, or a wagon, it would fit him a lot better. It's a lot more athletic. It's less bulky. It really makes you feel cooler. Because I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna make it like do cool driving sequences with Leon because they're fucking pouring the Porsche in there. They're gonna do, oh, power slides, Porsche this, oh my god, guys. An SUV doing this shit does not look cool, right? I get people, even Tesla bros try to act cool with their like, well, our cars are actually performance, so they can do well in tracks. Teslas overheat on the Nürburgring constantly, and more importantly, cope all you want with your adaptive suspension and steering. Nothing beats Lotus's tried and true method of simplicity add lightness, which unfortunately, because the Chinese Lotus has gone away from that. But as Colin Chapman stated, you want a great sports car, simplicity add lightness. I don't give a shit how much adaptive suspension and steering you have. It's not going to beat a simple, lightweight car with a moderately powerful engine to a high-powered engine. Okay? But once again, if Leon was to get a proper car for him, it'd have to be a wagon. Okay, it'd have to be a wagon or a mid-sized sedan or saloon. This is old man Leon. I expect him to have something cooler. A truck or proper off-road utility SUV, that's something like Chris would have. I mean, Chris drove the Hiluxes. The Hound Wolf Squad has Hiluxes. This is personally just doesn't fit Leon.
Hey, over here.
Oh, hell yeah.
FBI, what are you doing here?
Okay, definitely I love these shots. And okay, Raccoon City is not even really standing. It's still abandoned, but it's kind of like the Chernobyl, the Pripyat exclusion zone, right? AC James C. McDouble.
Don't do anything.
Yeah, okay, they're trying to make it cool. They're doing a lot of like these cinematic shots with the Porsche. I don't like it.
Me? Never.
I don't like that personally. Like, think about this for a sec here. I'm gonna go back to, I just want to show you this, like, let me just pull this up quickly, there we go. Okay, we got Leon again, I'm gonna hold the capture.
Yeah.
My phone. Right. I get they're trying to make it look cool. They're trying to make that fucking Cayenne look cool. It's not. I'm sorry.
Hey, over here.
I don't give a shit how much name branding you do. I love the trailer. I love how Leon is definitely looking more his age now. I love that facial feature. He's really still who he was, but he's no longer doing gun kata. He's just more precision nowadays.
What are you doing here?
But this here, they're trying to make the Cayenne, because of the sponsorship deal, they're trying to make the Cayenne look cool. They're doing this roaring shot, and yes, the 4-liter V8 that Porsche has, it sounds nice. Most overhead cam V8s sound nice, right? Now, granted, it's a dual overhead cam V8, it's a turbocharged one, but it sounds nice. I don't care, I get it. If you're talking about noise of cars, it sounds nice. It doesn't sound as good as a 5-cylinder, it doesn't sound as good as a 10-cylinder or a 12, but it still sounds nice. It's just the fact it's an SUV is just what makes me kind of cringe, okay? Hell, the new V90s have a cross-country mode, which lifts up and has a better suspension for off-road suspension. It would fit that much better.
Do you like to see what's hidden under the hood?
And that too, like, I get it, they're trying to make it look cool with the paddle shifting. It's still a fucking SUV. Okay, when it comes to transmissions, I've driven many cars. I get every car enthusiast likes to praise surface level car enthusiast likes to praise the manual. I love DCTs. I love paddle shifters too. Okay, I have no problem with them. I've driven many cars. All my cars may be manual. I've driven plenty of DSGs, DCTs, you fucking name it. CVTs still suck to me, except for Mazda's. For some fucking reason, Mazda actually made a CVT with a paddle shifter, which feels fun. But for Christ's sake, I I don't care. It says Porsche on the hood. It's still a fat SUV. It's a pig. I don't like it. It doesn't fit Leon. I know it's a gripe, but it's all a cinematic trailer, and they're focusing heavily on the Porsche. I don't like it.
Don't do anything stupid.
Also, why do they have so many old cars running around here? It's Raccoon City. Unless we're going back in unless there's oh fuck. No, is it like going back in time?
Me? Never.
Holy shit! Raccoon City got fucked up. Hell yeah. Wait a minute. I see what they're doing. Well, it's still gonna be zombies, if you will. Remember, Resident Evil, while it was technically zombies, it was also mainly lab experiments, right? Gone wrong. Mutations. That's what the viruses are. We know with RE8, the village in RE8 was a off the beaten trail. It was actually pretty much an undocumented village. Just out there in the middle of fucking nowhere. For some reason, the only modern house belonged to the Winters. That the Redfields that Chris kind of helped situate by putting them into to keep them safe. But it was an unknown village that was basically ruled over by Miranda. If what I'm getting at here is correct, it seems to me that Raccoon City for some reason is still in a weird lapse or time zone of its own, and it seems like it's being overruled by, you know, the villain here. And it seems to me that they've stuck in a much older time than they should be in right now. That explains why there's so many old cars running around Raccoon City. Oh yeah. Okay, so they are giving Leon his old quips, and they got some gameplay here. It's a third person, so it's RE4's engine. Over the shoulder. They've gotten away from the first person. They're going over the shoulder again. This is going to be kind of cool. I like this. There's the kick. Okay, so there's some gun kata. Okay. This looks good. I will say this does look good. Okay. But yeah, once again, I said it a million times over. I just think that Porsche deal was a bit of a sour bum to me. Now, it's not gonna matter anything the gameplay in hindsight, but just like aesthetic for Leon, because they gave Leon, right? Leon has sport cruiser bikes. He's had sport bikes in the movies, especially. He went from a sport cruiser to a proper sport bike in the movies. Even in his middle age, he's still driving very athletic vehicles. Porsche. You have how many sedans? You have how many wagons? You have the one wagon, but you have how many sedans too? Why the fuck did you just not give him one of those? It would be a lot cooler, but then I get it. The Cayenne and Macan are Porsche's best-selling products. Luxury car brands, like the luxury sport car brands, unfortunately, have to sell mainly to women. I will say it's mainly to women that buy it, or typically not European men that buy them, but mainly women that will buy the SUVs, the crossovers. Ferrari knows this. They sell really well in China. BMW knows this. I mean, fucking X3, X5s are everywhere. Porsche knows this. I mean, Macan and Cayennes basically saved the company from going bankrupt in the 2000s. The Lamborghini's new one. I mean, Lamborghini has had offshoots with SUVs going back to the 80s, but like, that's what really, but the modern ones have really taken off too. I guess Lotus failed, but like in a sense they've sold more cars in the past 10 years of being those crossovers and sedans, and that one sedan than Lotus technically has moved numbers, but like Lotus was always a small firm. They're not a big firm, and Geely is trying to make them into a large firm, which they're not. It's just, once again, I still think a Taycan would work, or a Porsche, maybe one of Porsche's sedans would have worked, but I still think the V90 T8 would work better. Like the Polestar, or the Polestar 2, is it? That's the sedan. I think that would have worked a lot better. In terms of like luxury, power, and everything, athleticism, I think that would have fit Leon a lot better. Probably the Volvo, because Polestar is way too fucking expensive for the government to shill out for a field guy. The T8, the V90 T8 would definitely be a better option. I mean, it makes more power than the Cayenne GTS. It's a lot more agile. It's a lot more athletic looking. You put it in all black or not really gunmetal gray, but then again, this is once again Porsche sponsorship. I'm just having a little rant.